Last night, I had a conversation with my parents about the ICE raids and what's going on in Los Angeles. And it was bewildering to me to hear their opinions about what's going on. Yeah, like it's crazy because I'm a product of immigration. My parents immigrated from Korea. They tried moving over to South America, I believe Argentina, and then they eventually settled in LA. They did it the right way, right? Quote unquote. They were able to get papers. I was able to be born in Los Angeles. I'm a citizen, and they were able to get their green card and eventually their citizenship in I don't know, maybe like 10 years, right? They were lucky. They were privileged enough to have that opportunity to gain citizenship, right? But it's so important to recognize that not everybody has that privilege. It's not something that's given. It's extremely hard to do, especially in today's climate. But they were emphasizing the fact that, these people should be doing it the right way. And it broke my heart because they're basically saying that one piece of paper is what differentiates us from them, right? But that's not the case, right? We're all people of color. We're all people that came to the States because we wanted to improve our lives or help our families or even escape, oppressive regimes, right? There's so many reasons why someone would come to America.
Before we continue this, let me just stop this and say that this is one of the reasons why a lot of people are afraid of raising their children in coddled, privileged environments because even though you want to give your child a better life, they speak from the lens as though they were there and that they went through what you went through in order to be able to give them a better life. And because they did it the right way, and your liberal mindset, which obviously his parents seem to be a lot more conservative versus what it is that he's talking about from a liberal perspective, all of a sudden you don't stand with the core values of your parents and your ancestors and the people that came before you of doing things the right way, and then you become indoctrinated with Western culture, which then leads you to have this conclusion that for whatever reason, only a piece of paper separates people from good and bad. Only a border separates people from good and bad. There's nothing that you can't do this anywhere else in the world, but for whatever reason, they believe, think about what he's saying. They believe that you should be able to come over to the United States of America, undocumented, illegally, and be treated the same way as a normal citizen when you can't do that anywhere else in the world. And if we did it for them, why shouldn't we just open up the floodgates for anybody to do what they want to do when they want to do it? No rules, no structure. You got it. You can take advantage of American taxpayers and take advantage of the culture. Why would we do that? Why don't any other culture or any other country in the world allows for you to just walk over borders and become a citizen or do what you want to do or get the same rights as the people that were born there? This privileged, liberal mindset. And to be honest with you, I pay attention to stuff like this, and I've always paid attention to stuff like this, and I've been very careful in how I raise my daughter. And I'm very thankful that my daughter is through and through conservative, is not indoctrinated, has not been influenced by what is going on in these schools and these cultures. And she judges people based off of the content of their character, but she also believes in rules and respecting the rule and the laws of the land. And that's scripture. Scripture is you got to respect the laws of the land. And so I wouldn't go over to Dubai, or I wouldn't go over to Mexico, or I wouldn't go over to Canada, or I wouldn't go over to Japan, or I wouldn't go over to Bucharest and expect for them to accommodate me based off of what my rules are and what it is that I do inside of the United States of America or how I feel. I would first learn about what their culture is doing and then assimilate and adjust. Otherwise, I can go back home to the place that I'm originally from. You learn to respect the places and the cultures that you visit, that you patronize, that you're looking to get a better life out of, especially if they're blessing you with more opportunity than where you came from. But then all of a sudden they come over here and it's you owe me or I'm entitled and I can't believe that they're deporting people that came over here illegally when your parents, it's understandable that your parents are looking at it like, wait a minute, we had to wait all of this time, we had to do this, we had to do it the right way and all of this. And these people are coming over here flying their flag and feeling entitled. I can see why parents get a little bit scared and skeptical and bothered and upset and they get, you know, they pay attention to their children and they're very, very careful in how they raise their children because it could turn out to be something like this.
And doing it the right way is not an excuse for you to just turn a blind eye, right? I feel like that's something that's pretty common in minority groups. Once they
And he
achieve
gonna say that people of color. This is so overrated.
a certain level of status or financial stability or education, whatever, they feel the
Privileged young
need to
man.
separate themselves from those who haven't reached that level yet. But come on, guys, like there are enough resources for us in this world for everyone to coexist. There's enough empathy, there's enough kindness for us to just give it around, right?
Sounds like somebody that has never really had to earn anything and has never really had to get it out the mud themselves. It's always the ones that's coasting on the coattails of somebody that did it themselves and it's blessed them. And it's nothing wrong with being blessed. It's nothing wrong with getting it as a result of something that your parents did, because that is what I'm doing for my daughter. But they always want to talk about what's available for everybody else. But I want to make sure that you hiring people before you say that.
we should be we should be helping the people around us. We should be supporting them, and we should stop being assholes. I don't know. That's just my point of view. And I hope that if you're watching, you also feel that type of way, because culture and diversity is what makes us us. That's what makes the United States of America so fucking amazing, because we can all come together and enjoy different cultures like this kimchi jjigae.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't believe that we should be able to just be a country without any rules and laws. I would love to have some of these people come on a platform and pick their brains to better understand why do they think like this? Who put this in them? And if they didn't get it from their parents, was it social media? Was it school? Was it college? What was it?
But yeah, I'm upset at my parents, but I'm not gonna stop having this conversation with them. I'm gonna try to, continue spreading the truth, spreading love.
Well, hopefully your parents give you the truth and can undo all of what is happening to you from this based liberal mindset. I almost believe that a liberal mindset, I almost believe that it is a plague, that it is a disease, something that you have to grow out of, something that you have to snap out of. It's a reason why when people grow older, they tend to become more conservative. They tend to become Republican unless you're stuck in your ways. People don't grow older and then become a Democrat from being conservative. They don't switch in mass like that. Usually it transitions as you get wiser, as you get older, as you learn more, as you understand the importance of rules and laws and how they were put into place and why we need to evolve, but at the same time maintain the core of who we are. You realize that, wait a minute, how come nobody is actually turning from conservative to liberal, but they going from liberal to conservative once they wake up, once they open up their eyes, and once they realize that, you have to have structure in order to even be able to prevent chaos. If you just let anybody over here unvetted do what they want to do, people are protesting with Mexican flags. How you going to protest in the United States of America with a flag from another country? How disrespectful is that? And again, you can't do this in anywhere else in any other country, but we let them go and we let them do what they want to do. We let them, rock out, and we don't have no pushback. And for the suckers that supporting this nonsense, I pity you. I really do pity you. Always like to give credit to the content creators, so that link is going to be in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments.